Erika Kirk's ex is what? Taking over for Charlie Kirk? I'm sorry, are we supposed to pretend that this is normal? Because this is very odd.
And I have one more thing to tell you. And this is really going to knock your socks off. This is crazy. I've clocked Erika on another lie.
Oh!
This is really okay, that's good.
Babe, that's deep in there. Give them a cleavage. People want cleavage. Showcase it.
Sells, babe.
Sells. That's me.
Candace Owens just backed Erika Kirk into a corner she cannot smooth talk her way out of. Reports swirling online say Candace is allegedly holding onto a mysterious recording connected to Erika's ex. And instead of shutting the rumor down, Erika's camp is suddenly shifting focus and scrambling for damage control. Commentators watching this unfold are asking why the response feels so rushed, so tense, and so carefully staged. Something clearly struck a nerve here, and the internet is locked in. What's making this blow up even more is that the recording is not being framed as some random artifact from years ago. Online chatter claims it could highlight parts of Erika's past that clash hard with the polished image she now puts forward. Critics argue it points to hidden relationships, questionable decisions, and a side of her life she never wanted resurfacing. Supporters counter that none of this has been proven, but the silence from Erika herself is keeping the rumor mill spinning nonstop. People close to the situation are saying Candace is not bluffing. They claim that if this material ever sees daylight, it could flip Erika's carefully managed reputation overnight. Whether that's hype or reality is still unclear, but the pressure is building fast, and the audience is watching every move like hawks.
Man, he was present at that meeting.
I'm away, he serenades me. He'll send me videos.
'Cause I miss you, baby, and I don't wanna miss a thing.
Before even getting to this newly rumored recording, analysts online are revisiting earlier footage that first cracked Erika's carefully curated persona. For years, she has leaned hard into presenting herself as a devoted, ultra-traditional Christian wife, doubling down on that narrative even after Charlie passed away. That contrast alone has sparked endless debate across comment sections. Skeptics are also questioning Erika's past claims about staying out of relationships for years, pointing out that online sleuths quickly challenged that timeline. One clip that exploded across platforms showed Erika alongside a former boyfriend during a long audition video for The Amazing Race, and viewers say her tone there felt totally different from the reserved image she promotes now. The playful energy, bold jokes, and exaggerated antics in that footage became a turning point in public perception. Now, the big question hanging in the air is simple but loud. If this new tape is nothing, why hasn't Erika shut it down directly? And if it's real, how much does Candace actually have tucked away?
When I lived out here, I was here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was.
Really handsome.
You look gorgeous. You fixing my... Got a little bacon. Babe, that's deep in there. Give them a cleavage. People want cleavage. Showcase it.
Sells, babe.
Sells.
The speculation is getting wilder by the hour, and the court of public opinion is already buzzing. That single clip alone had critics saying it did not line up with the disciplined, distraction-free lifestyle Erika later described. And that is where things really cracked open, because commentators online argue that once this footage surfaced, the situation spiraled way beyond what she was ready for. Observers say Candace jumped in fast, rolling out clip after clip, each one raising new questions about whether Erika's timeline was as clean and simple as she had claimed. Then came the shift everyone noticed. The same Erika who had previously warned Candace to back off suddenly went quiet, and that silence lit up social feeds instantly.
I do want to remind you that Charlie has not been dead for 2 weeks. That's where you have to go back to. Not even 2 weeks after Charlie was publicly assassinated. The obvious point of this call to set this up is to introduce Erika. She's the new leader. Not even introducing, she's just heading up this call, but obviously she's going to be at the helm of this, so they're getting to know her. So let's Take a listen. It is the general tone that is off-putting. It's the laughter that is off-putting. It's, again, we are not even 2 weeks after watching your husband be assassinated. We're talking about numbers and metrics that have been hit. And my husband's dead, not to be morbid. That is a sentence that and this was not my husband, and I had no sort of the type of relationship that she had with him, that I was able to utter.
Analysts said that was the moment people started wondering if the pressure had finally boxed her in. The energy flipped overnight, and the public started dissecting every move like it was a chess match. Over the last few weeks, Erika's name has stayed everywhere online thanks to leaked audio and video that spread at lightning speed. Reports circulating suggest there may be even more material waiting in the wings, including another recording people in Candace's orbit keep hinting about. Those familiar with Candace's approach claim she rarely drops teasers unless she believes she has solid proof to stand on. They point to a recently released 3-minute audio clip as an example of how seriously she is playing this. In that recording, listeners say Erika can be heard laughing and talking about how much merchandise tied to TPUSA had sold after Charlie passed away. What unsettled people was not just the tone, but how upbeat it sounded given the circumstances. Commentators online argued that the excitement came across as uncomfortable, especially when paired with the wave of attention the tragedy had drawn toward her organization. That audio quickly became central to Candace's wider argument. She has been urging audiences to question Erika's public role and the motivations behind how she stepped into the spotlight afterward.
Everybody, I still love all these emoji Zoom things. Wow. I don't even know where to begin. The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like, it's just insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended, and stadium, overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, was it 100 million? We had thousands that were registered to vote. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy. But I just wanted to say a huge, huge, huge thank you to the events team, the development team, the graphic design team, the production team.
Supporters push back and say tone can be misread, but critics insist the clip only deepened the doubts already swirling everywhere. From the outside, critics argue that Erika stepping into the TPUSA CEO role looked less like a calling and more like a straight power play. Online commentators say the timing raised eyebrows immediately, with some questioning whether Charlie Kirk's life work was being used as cover to keep influence and control locked down. That suspicion spread fast, and suddenly the narrative around Erika shifted in a major way. Whispers then turned louder. Across social platforms, frustrated supporters began claiming they were charged for TPUSA merchandise that never showed up. While nothing has been legally confirmed, the outrage alone added fuel to the backlash. Commentators online said trust was cracking, and once doubt sets in, it is hard to reverse. That earlier audio clip did serious damage on its own, but analysts say the video that followed made things even harder to explain away. Still, Erika kept a core group of defenders riding hard for her. Supporters insist she is being targeted unfairly, but critics argue loyalty only goes so far. And if the rumored recording Candace Owens is said to have really exists, many believe even the most dedicated fans may not be able to spin it. What has this alleged recording putting everyone on edge is not just that it exists, but what people think it hints at. Online sleuths point out that while Erika has already been caught contradicting herself about parts of her dating history, other details remain murky. Reports circulating suggest she may have stayed in contact with people from her past during periods she publicly described as quiet and detached. That matters because Candace's broader argument is about consistency. Commentators say the implication is that Erika's private life may not match the strict boundaries she later claimed, including during her marriage to Charlie.
Erika, she actually never lived there. They said that she simply visited for 2 weeks. like a tourist, just to visit the Great Wall and perhaps see other monuments in history.
Cameras, unlike you, right now.
Unlike you, my wife lived in China for 6 months, and she'll show you the videos. She'll show you the images. They don't have a regard for human life.
None of this has been proven as fact, but the speculation alone has kept timelines under a microscope. Digging deeper, online researchers resurfaced Erika's past relationship with a minor league baseball player named Tyler J.T. Massey. In earlier interviews, Erika reportedly spoke warmly about him, and archived photos showed what looked like a very serious relationship. Some images even suggested long-term plans, though later claims about the depth of that relationship remain unverified. Things got louder when old footage from a 2015 political rally resurfaced. In the clip, Erika and JT are seen standing close together with a young child nearby. Critics online rushed to conclusions, but others pushed back, pointing out that the video does not prove anything on its own. Analysts stress that assumptions are being made without confirmed context, and no clear evidence establishes who the child is. Even so, this resurfaced footage became part of a larger pattern people say cannot be ignored. Combined with earlier clips and the rumored recording, the internet debate has only intensified. The big question now is not what people believe, but what happens if more material actually drops, and whether Erika's carefully built image can survive another hit. Despite all the speculation, even critics admit there is still no hard proof showing Erika and JT were crossing lines after their breakup. What people keep circling back to instead is the unanswered question of whether that chapter was ever fully closed before she moved on. Online commentators say the timeline feels blurry and that uncertainty alone has kept the conversation alive far longer than it normally would. The situation gets even messier when people revisit the period right before Erika met Charlie in 2018. Resurfaced footage from her time around the reality TV scene shows her living very differently from the image she later promoted. Viewers pointed out clips of partying, dating, and socializing openly, all just months before the sudden shift into a quieter, more reserved narrative. That sharp contrast raised eyebrows fast, adding to the confusion. Some online researchers claim Erika already had loose connections to people in Charlie's orbit before their widely shared meet-cute story. Names from his circle started popping up in old photos and comments, making some question whether their meeting was really as spontaneous as it was later framed. Supporters argue this proves nothing, but critics say the overlap is worth examining. Still, all of this circles back to the bigger mystery. Why is Candace Owens bringing these old clips back into the spotlight now? Commentators argue that holding on to sensitive material without releasing it outright usually means leverage. In their view, Candace would not be applying this kind of pressure unless she was pushing for something specific. That theory gained traction when Candace repeatedly called for deeper scrutiny into TPUSA's finances.
Someone at Turning Point decided not to file 3 of the 4 of their annual financial statements 4 months before Charlie Kirk appointed a new COO, requested a new audit, and was murdered.
Over the past few months, she has openly questioned how money has been handled behind the scenes, even bringing an investigator onto her podcast to discuss concerns. According to that investigator, Charlie himself allegedly had financial questions months before his passing, a claim that immediately caught public attention. Timeline watchers were quick to connect dots. Those alleged concerns reportedly surfaced around the same period Erika began taking on a more hands-on leadership role. Commentators say that overlap is exactly why Candace has stayed locked in on this issue for so long. To her critics, it looks targeted, but to her supporters, it looks like persistence. Beyond finances, there is also growing debate around how much information has been kept tightly controlled since Charlie's death. Critics argue Erika has managed the narrative aggressively, while supporters say she is simply protecting privacy during a painful time.
I have an amazing girlfriend. She's spectacular.
Is she in politics?
Not really, no.
What can you tell us about her?
She's
What would
beautiful.
you be willing?
She's reverent.
She's a reverend? I didn't know this about her.
She's reverent.
Oh. I was like, wait, this is new. I don't know if we'll want to keep that or not.
Oh, you better keep it.
What's an example? What do you mean?
She's prayerful. She believes in God. She's a great person. She believes in other people. She always thinks of other people before herself. She's very fun.
Come on down, Phoenix, Erika Franzway. Scottsdale, Quaylen Willenship. That means your new Miss.
Either way, the secrecy itself has become part of the controversy. And that is why many believe this rumored recording is not about personal drama at all. Analysts suggest it may be a pressure point tied to larger questions about money, power, and transparency. The real tension now is not just what Candace has, but what she wants to force into the open next. At this point, commentators say Candace appears locked in on one thing above all else: the truth. And from what's being whispered behind the scenes, she's allegedly willing to keep this rumored recording hanging over Erika until answers surface. That's why Erika's continued silence has become such a loud signal to critics. The longer she avoids addressing it head-on, the more people online read it as pressure, not strategy. What makes this alleged recording even more unsettling for Erika, according to analysts, is how it may connect to parts of her past that were never meant to resurface. Recent online digging uncovered publicly visible professional profiles tied to Erika on major real estate platforms. These profiles list her as the owner and include background details that surprised even longtime followers. According to archived pages, Erika reportedly claimed to have lived overseas and worked in the entertainment world, with mentions of time spent in China and connections to international operations. Some listings even referenced work linked to nonprofit efforts and structured organizations that had never been part of her public story.
I'm at a great point, just career-wise, to be able to take on this type of endeavor. And I feel like I have something very unique to offer this whole experience in general. Like I said, I'm very coachable, I'm very trainable. And I'm the type of person that I don't need all the time in the world.
Commentators online were quick to note that these details were rarely, if ever, acknowledged openly. That discovery has shifted the conversation in a big way. Critics argue this points to a much deeper credibility issue, one that goes far beyond personal drama or image management. If the rumored recording ties back to this buried chapter of her life, analysts say it would explain why Erika has been fighting so hard to keep Candace quiet. What's making people even more uneasy is the belief that Candace has not revealed everything yet. Insiders claim she has only shown fragments of what she's sitting on, keeping the rest close until the timing feels right. If true, then what the public has seen so far could be just the surface layer of a much larger story. At this stage, the alleged recording has become leverage. Every day Erika stays quiet, critics say it looks less like confidence and more like someone bracing for impact. And judging by Candace's calm, deliberate moves, supporters argue she doesn't appear to be bluffing at all. To them, it feels like she's waiting for the exact moment to act. Now the question turns to you. Do you think Erika's silence is a calculated move or a sign that there's more she can't explain? Is Candace pushing for accountability, or is this something else entirely? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you want more deep dives into celebrity controversies like this, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Check out the next video popping up on your screen right now for even more celebrity drama, and we'll see you on the next one.